Greetings, everyone. Now, the Prime Minister has said that he is allocating $10 million for each constituencies of the parishes that have been mostly affected, or should I say, severely affected by Hurricane Melissa. And what I have heard a lot of persons saying, what can $10 million do? My question to them is, how many of you right now have $10 million in your bank account? And not only that, but ladies and gentlemen, he did not say each parishes that are severely affected by the hurricane will get $10 million. He says each constituency. That means, ladies and gentlemen, if the parish have a million constituency, all 1 million constituency will get $10 million. So it's not $10 million for the entire parish. It is $10 million per constituency. And ladies and gentlemen, that can help a lot of persons get back on their feet. That can help a lot of persons to buy material, providing that your MPs does not politicize it. Because I remember during Hurricane Gilbert, when the government was issuing relief, persons were politicizing it, saying because this person voted for that political party, they are not entitled to get any relief and all of those stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen it firsthand in Milk River during the Gilbert epidemic, the disaster. The Gilbert incident, Hurricane Gilbert incident, when the government was giving out zinc and all these other relief stuff for people who were greatly affected by Hurricane Gilbert. And I have seen it now happening here in this recent passage of Hurricane Melissa, ladies and gentlemen, wherein the Prime Minister has promised that each constituencies that are severely affected will be given $10 million. $10 million per constituency, ladies and gentlemen. And that, I think, is fair, and that, I think, is a great will be of great help to those who will be benefiting from it, provided that they do not politicize it, but give it to people who really needs help. Because some persons, ladies and gentlemen, want to exploit situations like these so that they can gain political points. I am hoping that the MPs, when they get it, they do not pocket it, or they do not politicize it, saying that they are not giving to Tom Stroke because Tom Stroke is PNP, or they are not giving to Mary Sue because Mary Sue is JLP. I want you guys to understand that you must put aside politics and focus on humanity. It's not everything you should politicize. And this disaster affects everybody, even we pastors. It affects because there are many of our churches that have been destroyed as a result of this very dangerous hurricane. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not something to politicize, but it is something that we should put politics aside and focus on humanity. We can deal with politics after, but focus now on humanity. And ladies and gentlemen who are asking what $10,000 can do, why don't you give me your share of the who are asking what $10 million can do, why don't you give me your share of the $10 million, and I will show you what it can do. Because, ladies and gentlemen, people tends to get a little ungrateful when they do not listen, and they run with misinformation when they do not understand. And if the Prime Minister say it's per constituency, then, ladies and gentlemen, it means that everybody can benefit from it, because everybody who needs it can benefit from it. And for the rest of constituencies, like in Manchester, each constituency will get $5 million because they were not severely affected. And for every other constituency, they are going to get $3 million. $3 million, which I think, ladies and gentlemen, is fair. Because, ladies and gentlemen, some persons need it more than some parishes need it more than some. So those parishes that are in dire need of it, they get the most of it. So stop being ungrateful by asking yourself the question, what can $10 million do? And say to yourself that, what if the government never have this $10 million to give each MP, each member of parliament for their constituency? How will you cope? How would you bounce back? It's gonna take years to bounce back from Melissa, but with the help of these persons that are partnering, being in partnership with the government and so on, within a matter of years, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back on our feet. And as for those persons who, I want persons to also support the churches, ladies and gentlemen. The church, a charity, because right now a lot of persons, they are looking to the church for the church to do a lot of things for them. But when it comes to giving to the church, they are having a problem. Now, if many of you were contributing to churches, ministries like Adrian Young Christian Ministries International, because my ministry is a non-profit charitable Christian organization, and other ministries like mine, ladies and gentlemen, who are in charity, then many of you wouldn't have asked, because once you are a member of the organization, once you're a member of the church is going to look after you first. The church always look after their members first. The church always look after their members first. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good and godly day.